Hello folks, this is Mr. Ege, and in this session, particular video session, we're going to focus on designing a three-dimensional dome, a spiraling dome. And what is a spiraling dome? Spiraling dome is a shell structure, and the shell structures are commonly used in a variety of occasions in the history and modern modern architecture and traditional architecture found the use of the spiraling shells and designs in the past. And so we're going to just simply generate a smaller version of this so that we can print it in three-dimensional 3D printers here. And for that, please start your AutoCAD. AutoCAD is one of the first most prevailing digital programs, computer-aided design drafting programs, and it's been still around and around the world. Wherever you go in the United States, in Europe, in Asia, Africa, wherever you go, you're going to find it. There are other programs too that same project can be done. However, I suggest you use AutoCAD in this case. It's the grandfather of all of the CAD programs right now. So when you start the AutoCAD, one of the first things you should do, perhaps look at your screen. And we're looking for XZ screen, so I want you to click on the view cube where it says front. Click on the front where you move your cursor and front, and you're gonna get to see, okay, the front view. And at this point, okay, check your units, and you can always check your units by just typing units, enter, and computer will give you a chance to, in the dialog box, to change your current units. It's a decimal units right now. We're not going to change that. Precision is after decimal point, 4 decimal decimal places, so we are all good and okay. One of the two things I want you to check also when you start AutoCAD, units and limits are important, okay? And we're going to set our limits 0, 0 within a rectangle. Lower left-hand corner is going to be 0, 0, and upper right-hand corner 12 inches by 9 inches, okay? And zoom, enter, E, enter, so in general. Shade mode, check with the shade mode. Shade mode is the state of your screen, and right now we need a 2D wireframe. Later on, we're going to switch to three-dimensional views, but right now, we only need 2D. This is a construction mode, two-dimensional wireframe is good, okay? Number of the things you can check on the right-hand side. At the lower right-hand corner, there is a customization feature. And here there are a number of items that you need to. Grid, you don't need to have it on in this part. Snap mode should be in for constant. Dynamic inputs should be on. Ortho mode on. Polar tracking is control the polar tracking. It's important, perhaps, so that's why turn it on. Isometric drafting is fine. You don't need to check it to the object snap. Object snap tracking is good. Selection, three-dimensional object snap is fine. Dynamic UCS is fine. They should be checked. Auto scale, annotation, workspace switching is good. They should be on. Units, we don't care because we only use units once, so we don't need to have a menu for units. Okay, but quick properties in every section, symbol drawing, units is fine. Quick properties. We can access in different way if we need to. Like user coordinates, user interface, that's good, it should be on, okay? And I think that's about it. That's all we need, and click outside. Okay, so how do we start with this? We start from 0, 0 point, obviously. And I suggest you to draw a line about 6-inch long line, okay? For that to draw, UCS has to be set to X and Y coordinates. So AutoCAD has something very important to remember. It only generates the lines on XY coordinates when you're working on to create a design. Okay, so if you want to draw a line, straight line, type UCS, enter, and make sure that your view lines up with XY coordinate plane, XY plane. So when you type UCS, this is the name of the command, and it's short for user coordinate system. It sets, basically controls your screen reference point. So if you type UCS and enter V for view, there's a view here. You can type V, or you can just simply click on it. And now you have XY coordinates in front of you. It's an important concept, and I didn't see that kind of concept applies to other CAD systems like Revit or Inventor. It does automatically adjust itself. For AutoCAD, you have to set it up. UCS, V for view. Now we are creating a line that's 6 inches long. And for that to happen, okay, we need to go to line commands. I don't see the line command over here, okay? So perhaps we should change our workspace, and I'm going to change it to drafting annotation workspace. And two-dimensional drafting annotation workspace will enable you all of the two-dimensional commands. And line, okay? So if you start your line, okay, click on the line command. It will ask you where to start. Go to, okay, type 0, 0. That's X and Y coordinates are both 0. That's what that means, computer. So your starting point is 0, 0, okay? And now you want to draw a line, okay? You want to draw a line 6 inches long from this part. Okay, so we're going to continue with drawing a 6-inch line from this point. Okay, next point is going to be 6, 0. So all you have to do, just type 6, 0. Okay, and that's a 6-inch line. All right, and enter. It ends the line comment. Okay, so here we go. And now we're going to need to draw a vertical line, and that's going to be also 6 inches. So just move your cursor over and find the center point. I cannot see the center point. Center point is marked by triangle. Click on it. Okay. And another line, we're going, this time the Y coordinate is going to be 6, and X coordinate is, relatively speaking, 0. So for this to happen, we just type at. At means relative coordinates. 0, 6, enter, enter. All right, so now we have 2 lines in front of us. And I'm going to draw an ellipse inside here, okay? And here's the, let's see where we can find the ellipse under the circle. We have a number of ways to draw a circle. And we have to have an ellipse command right here and center an axis, okay? And I'm going to suggest to find an ellipse from here, okay? And select the one ellipse that measures center, okay? And 3 radii. Move your cursor over the vertical line, find the center of it, click on it, okay? And it says endpoint of the ellipse, specify the endpoint of the axis. It's going to be an ellipse of 4 inches by 6 inches. Okay, so I'm going to go like the 6-inch option. Okay, and type at 0, 0, 4, okay, and the second is going to be at again, and that's going to be 2, 0. Okay. All right, so this is the ellipse we have in mind. All right, and I'm going to even extend this line up to the top. All right, and I wonder if you can modify this a little bit more. You can always modify later. When you click on it, you have a control point, so you can just move it a little bit further away and make this a little bit shapely. And this time I'm trying to probably move, okay, this point, and let's make it like 2.5. What happens? Add, okay, minus 2.5, comma 0. Okay, this is perhaps even better. Okay, I didn't want it to be too tough. All right, so next, if you hit escape key, the control points get rid of control points. If you select it, control points are going to show up. And at this point, okay, this is going to be an ellipse of 7 inches by 2.5. The radius, other radius is going to be 5 inches. Okay, so it's going to be 7 by 5. Okay, all right. And what do? Do we extend the line over here? Yes, why not? We should extend the line over here, okay? And we could use the extend command. Under the trim, you're going to find the extend command and select the line, and it will go all the way to the top of the ellipse, okay? And now we need to draw some lines, all right, starting from top down, okay? And let's see if we can draw a line from here all the way to here. Click, okay, enter. Now, I want these new lines to show up, so I suggest you to change your color. So go to color command, enter, and select the yellow color or current color. It changes your current color so that you could, and when you start drawing lines, okay, so you get to see better, even if two lines are overlapping each other, okay? All right, so, and let's copy the first line, okay, from where it is, about 1 inch above. Okay, so you can go to, next point is, you can type add 0, 1, enter, okay, and then second point is again add 0, 2, enter, and next point is going to be again add 0, 3, enter, and the next point is going to be add again 0, 4, enter. Next point is going to be again add 0, 5, enter. Next point is going to be again add 0, 6, enter. Okay, all right, so far so good. And enter, basically, okay, copying process ended. And as you can see, the first line and the last line are intersecting perfectly, but the other lines are not intersecting with the ellipse. So what we can do is we can use the extend command again, and select the lines that are not extending to ellipse, select it to extend. Okay, all right, and like that, cool, and enter. Of course, this is about good time to save your work, so you go to A and then save as. Please find your OneDrive. I'm saving somewhere else, okay? And legitimate, correct place to save for you is somewhere else, and I'm saving here some called a different location, okay? All right. So what do we call it? This is a 3D spiraling down, or 3D down. So let's call it 3D down. Okay. And make sure, make sure you put your last name, first name. Okay, it works like that. Okay, so far so good. But the entire thing is, now we're going to generate a 3D line, okay, based on what it is. So how do we do that? I need to rotate those horizontal yellow lines, okay? And each one of them around, say, maybe 5, 10, 15 degrees, okay, around the 360 degrees. So if you go like 15 degrees, 15 degrees, 15 degrees, okay, 15 degrees, that's going to be 30 degrees, that's going to be 45 degrees, that's going to be 65 and 75 degrees. And now we're finding 85 degrees and so on, okay? And let's give it a try, all right, how we're going to do this. The first one can stay in a place, but in order to rotate those lines, I want to rotate those lines in 3D world, I need to put my UCS back in here, okay, and Z indicating in this direction, okay? So I'm going to type UCS, enter again. So I'm back to normal UCS. I'm going to change my viewpoint a little bit so that I can see what's going on. Okay, now Z is perpendicular on the original UCS, and that's exactly where I want it to be. But I want to move this Z point where the vertical line is. So you type UCS, enter, and then move your screen at the bottom of the vertical line you generated, enter, so that Z is parallel. Now, why did I do that? There are certain rules that I have to operate within AutoCAD. I am one of the first AutoCAD teachers probably in the nation. There are not the first one, but one of the perhaps first 100 or maybe 200 AutoCAD teachers in the nation of 330 million people. So this, in time, we learn certain rules and understanding. I got to come to the understanding of AutoCAD works certain ways. For example, rotating lines or other objects, it has to be around the Z-axis. So we learned that. This is how it is designed, okay? So that's how it is meant to be. So we want to rotate, okay, each one of those lines counterclockwise. And that's only going to happen around the Z-axis. So I'm going to go with the rotate command, RO for rotate, enter. And then I'm going to select not the first yellow line from the bottom, but the second one, okay, and enter. And computer is going to rotate to specify the base point. This is the base point, okay. Rotation angle is going to be 15 degrees. So we type 15 and enter, okay. If you press enter again, computer, remember the first command, rotate again. You select this time the third line, enter. And base point is the bottom of the line where it intersects with the vertical line. And now you type 30 degrees, okay, 30, enter. Cool. And enter again, and that's rotate command. Then we click on, okay, the fourth line and select the bottom of the line. And new angle is going to be 45 degrees. Right, what comes after 30 plus 15 is 45 degrees. And enter again, command repeats itself, click, enter, end of the line, and 45 plus 15, 60 degrees. Okay, and enter again. This is going to be 75 degree line, click on it, okay. Repeat command, and specify the base point. 75 degrees. Okay, so far so good. Enter again one last time. 75, 80, 85 degrees, right? Okay. And 90 degrees. 75 plus 15, 90 degrees. Very good. Okay. So now I have a spiraling lines, okay? And now I can generate a 3D poly line meeting from end of the lines to the end of the lines. Okay, what's the 3D poly or spline command or 3D poly? These are the commands that enable you to generate three-dimensional lines. Okay, so there are, okay, you can use regular line command, but it is not going to work as nice as a 3D poly. You can use 3D poly and it will work beautifully, but Perhaps spline is better command. So where do you find the spline? You can type it. You can definitely type it. I'm looking here under the draw if I can see the spline here anywhere here, but I don't read it. Oh, there you go. There's a spline fit command, spline, okay. All right, so I'm going to go with this spline command. I'm typing spline, enter, okay. I'm picking the top point, enter, and I'm picking the end of the line, end of the line, end of the line, end of the line. I'm going like pretty much from end point of the line to the end of the line, and finally end of the line, and enter. Yes, perfect. First spline is made. Okay. Good. We can definitely use this one. Also, we're going to need a different line, a symmetrical line. Okay. I wonder if we can do symmetry. Symmetry is symmetrical axis. Symmetric mirror command perhaps will help us. Okay. So you click on that, spline that you generate, and enter. Now, what is the first point of the mirror? First point of the mirror would be your 0, 0 point. Click on it. What is the second point of the mirror? It has to be a vertical line. I'm just setting my orthographic point. I am picking. Okay. Okay. All right. I am picking a point and at the point minus y. So I'm typing 0, comma -1. Okay. Enter. Okay. So the copy is also made. All right. What does it look like? If you look from top down, this is going to look very interesting. I'm going to switch my, sorry, okay. Save your work, of course, Control S, right? Okay. Always save your work every 5-10 minutes, every time you accomplish anything. Change your top view. Okay. All right, this is the spiral that we generated initially. And where is the other spiral? And if you lose where you were before, type Z, enter, P, enter. Okay? And Z, enter, P, enter. I feel like I lost my initial spiral. Okay, I think you feel the same way too. All right, we're gonna do this again one more time. Mirror command. All right, enter, and select the object. We select this spiral. Okay, spline, enter. Okay, and the first point of the mirror 0, 0 point, enter. And you pick a minus y point. Okay, enter. And it says erase the source node. No, you don't want to erase it. Now we want to take a look at it from top. Okay. All right, so we have two spirals now, right now. Okay. And here is what I want to do. I want to just simply zoom previous, Z, enter, P, enter, okay? I want to multiply, okay? All right, those splines, and to do that, I'm gonna go with the array command. What kind of array? There are two kinds of array. There is a rectangular array and polar array. Also, there is something called path array too. Polar array I use commonly. Rectangular array also you will use common very often. So select the polar array, okay, and choose the spline. Click on it and enter. Now, center point would have been your 0, 0. So click, move your cursor to the 0, 0 point. Click on it. And how many of them do you want? Now, that's the next question, okay? Either you're going to enter the number of items you need, or you're going to enter, so you click on the items, it's better, or the angle, okay? If you want angle of every 15 degrees, okay, around the 360 degrees, all right, so you're going to be like 12 of them. We can test that angle. If you click on the angle between, say, 15, and enter, and fill angle is going to be 360, and see the result if you're going to like the result, okay? And also look at it from the top, what it looks like. So it's going to look like that. And Z enter, P enter, it takes you back to it. Escape and Z enter, P enter. Okay. This may be good, but honestly, you prefer maybe more than that. Okay, maybe 12 of them. So go with that. Same command. Okay. Circular array command. Select the spline command. Enter. And the base point, select the base point. Okay, let's go with the number of items option. How about 12? How does 12 look? I think 12 is good. I think 12 works good. All right. Okay. And this is good. So we're gonna use that. All right. Enter. Accept this. Okay, and save. All right. Always after you do something, you save. Okay. My next question is, how are we going to do the other option? Other supply. I just want to make sure that I set it up. Okay, and save your work. Top view. Okay. I think it's a nice, beautiful, wonderful design. Z enter, P enter for the previous. Okay. And Z enter again, P enter. All right. Okay. Okay. This is the view that I was looking for. And I'm looking for the next line. I wish I created next line. Okay. In a different color. Because, and it's difficult to differentiate it. I wonder if this is the color. Yeah. This could be the next line or this, either one of them. Okay, so options are either this is correct or this is correct. Either this one or this one. Okay, I'm going to change the color of it so that you can see better, so that I can see better. Okay. And both of them are going to the same location, same place. And this, that, okay, all that. Okay, so this has to be separate. So I'm going to change the color of this line so that you can see it. I'm going to go to Properties and change the color from yellow to, say, let's use red. Green is fine too. Blue is certainly good. Or cyan. Let's go with the cyan command. Okay, good. All right. Next thing, I'm going to make 12 copies of this line. Okay, and okay. So enter P, enter previous command. All right. Again, array. Let's select the array command. Let's select the item to array. Okay. Enter. Now it says base point, and the base point is 0, 0 point, and you can type it if you like, or you click on it. And then items, number of items are supposed to be 12. Okay. Enter. 12 copies, yep, is made perfectly. Enter. Okay. Now save again. Okay. All right. So what do we have here? We have a grid work, three-dimensional grid work. Okay. And nothing else, just a line work. It's not 3D solid model yet. So it's not solid either. They're three-dimensional line intersecting at each other at certain, and these are all splines, okay? But we're gonna use this concept, okay, to generate a surface, okay, three-dimensional surface, at the surface of a dome, a shell structure, okay? You can use it any which way you like because it's going to be small. But literally, it can be done, it can be used in architecture or engineering world, or it can be used in a jewelry box or something like that. So, how do we go about it? We need because XY plane is parallel to the surface, perhaps we should zoom in this area and select the circle command, okay, and make a small circle, perhaps about 0.2. No, 0.2 is not too bad. Perhaps 0.2 inches. Radius. The radius, the smallest radius of 0.2, and see if it works like that. 0.2, type 0.2 over there, and computer will understand it, okay, and generate it, okay? And we need to have copies of, several copies of this. But the whole point, I want you to see it before we go ahead, making this, okay? That when you switch back to 3D modeling, okay, and then you're going to find extrude command, you're going to find the revolve command, the sweep command, and so on, all of this, okay? Are we going to extrude that? We can extrude it, we can sweep it, we can swap. So you can extrude command, you can choose the object to extrude and enter. Now it says the path option. So select the path option, you choose one of the path. And then take a look at it if it worked or not. Okay. So if you have a shade mode set to, say, conceptual, yes, we created a path like that, okay? So shade mode will let you to the 3D option, okay? So Control Z will take you back. Okay. We can also use the same thing, okay? Again, if you had two copies, so I'm just going to have two copies of the same thing, okay? It's not the same circle is not going to work again, It only works once. Okay. So that's why I'm going to Control Z and take it back. Control Z. So we need to have that 2 copies, like the same place. So I'm going to copy the circle here. Okay. And from the point where it is, and the displacement would have been the same point, basically. That's going to be shift 2, 0, 0. Meaning that you're making 2 copies on top of each other. I made 2 copies of the circle. Okay. And why did I do that? Because there's going to be 2 extrusions from the same point. Okay. And so I'm going to make multiple copies of this with the array command again. I'm going to use a circular array, okay? And then select the 2 circles at a time, okay? Point of the base point would have been, center point would have been 0, 0 point, okay? And how many items? Items we want 12 items, yes, enter, okay, and enter. So the question is, do we have 2 copies or 1 copy? So I'm going to have to test this. Move, select this, and, oh, Control Z. So there are 2 copies. 2 copies are made. Perfect. Perfect. Very good. Okay. So now I can start working. Okay. Let's go to extrude command. All right. Select extrude. And then let's select 1 circle and 1 yellow spline. Click. Okay. Let's do it again one more time. Extrude. Okay. Click on the extrude command. Select, okay, 1 circle and I'm going to do it again. Select extrude and enter. Select the path option. Okay. Enter. Extrusion is made. Enter again, extrude comes. Select the circle, enter. Enter. Select the path option, and extrusion is made. Good. Okay. You want to test it? Shade mode, and realistic, conceptual. Very good. Shade mode, 2D wireframe. Okay, if it has worked for one, then it should work for the others too. But you can change the colors too, of course. So Control S for save. We did 2 out of 12, because we have some work to do. Control S for save. All right. And color command, you type color command. And then you go, say magenta. Magenta is good color. Switch to magenta. And go with the extrude one more time. Okay. You select the object. Enter. Now you go with the path option. Okay. And select the line, the spline, yellow spline first. Ta-da! Perfect job. Enter again. Extrude comes back. And make a big window to select the circle. Enter. Go to the path option and select the blue spline. Perfect. Good. We're going to keep doing this one. And save, of course. Control S for save. If you have a power breakdown or anything, okay, having saved your work definitely pays off. Okay. So let's go to extrude option again. or you can hit enter for extrude option. Okay. And extrude. Okay, select the circle. Okay, enter. Select the path option. Enter. And now you need to zoom in. Be careful. Select the yellow path line. Click. Perfect job. Okay. Enter again. Extrude will come back. Make the big window. Select the circle. Enter. Select the path option. Select the magenta path line. Perfect job. Control S for save. And you're going to keep doing this. Go to extrude. Okay. Select the circle. Enter. Select the path option. And then select the magenta line. Okay. Enter. It will come back. Command will come back. Select the circle. Okay. Enter. Select the path option. Select the yellow line. Okay. Enter. So let's keep doing this. All right. And click. Enter. Select the path option. And this one. Very good. Enter. Select the circle, make a big window. Enter. Enter again. Okay. Select the circle. Enter. And looks like we don't have a circle here. Okay, well, I guess even the world of digital electronics, still there may be a mistake. So I'm going to copy. There is an extra line here. Okay. So now I tested and it did not work. I can test it again one more time. No. So we need to make a copy of this one. So copy, enter, select that from where it is to where it's supposed to be. Okay. All right, go to extrude option and select the circle, enter, select the path option, enter, and enter. Good. We're going to keep doing this one again. Extrude is back. Now you hit enter key, enter, and then go over, select the path option. Okay. And perfect. Enter. And select the circle, enter, select the path option. Okay. Good. And Control S from time to time. Control S for save. We're going with the extrude option again. Okay. And select the circle, enter. Now we need to select the path option. Okay. Enter again. Extrude command comes back. Select. It's not picking. No. All right. So if it happens and if you don't see a copy of it made here, just make a copy from the neighborhood. Okay. So copy, select that from the center point to the center point. Okay. Escape. Now, extrude option. Select the circle. Enter. Now choose the path option and then select the spline path. Very good. We're going to keep doing this one again. Occasionally Control S for save will definitely help you. Okay. All right, after the extrude, select the circle, enter, select the path option, we have to be careful here at this point. There are two lines coming from the same point. I'm going to just select the correct one. Okay? All right. Enter. Okay. Enter. Select the path option. Okay. Good. And enter, extrude. Select the circle. Enter. Select the path option. Very good. Enter. And we got the path option. Excellent. Okay, we're almost done. We're coming to the end of it. Okay. Enter. Extrude command comes back. Select the circle. And then select the path option. Okay. Enter. Come here. Enter. Okay, is there a single copy here? Yeah, there's a single copy here also, so I'm going to copy. All right, save the system and go with the CP, enter for copy, click, enter. So you can copy from one place to another. Okay. Okay, I'm going to turn off some of the object synapse. Yes. Now, let's go with the again extrude command. Extrude and choose the circle, enter. Choose path line option. Select. Very good. Enter. Extrude command comes back. Okay. I'm sorry, extrude command comes back. Select the circle. Enter. Select the path option. And choose this time magenta channel. Okay. Enter. And then path option. Very good. Okay. And the last item, the 12th item. Okay. It's going to be okay. Extrude command. Oops. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have to select by clicking. Enter, extrude command comes back. Just one click at a time. Enter, and then go with the path option, and then select the magenta spline. Okay. Enter command, extrude command comes back. Enter, and then select the path option, and then select the spline, yellow spline. Perfect. Okay. I think we are all almost all done here, but how can we be sure, right? Save your work, of course, every so often. Shade mode, change shade mode. I don't know why they picked such a long name for something that you like to use. So pick the realistic. Okay. I think we were getting there. I think we're getting there, and this is really getting very cool, very nice looking design, okay? And again, you can use the orbit command to look around. You can put a number of things inside. You can put a ball, for example, inside. You can put a statue or inside of this. And probably it needs a pedestal at the bottom. Maybe we should draw a pedestal underneath of this, okay, entire system. It could be architectural feature, it could be three-dimensional entity item, it could be a jewelry box. Number of things is possible, but now you know, maybe we can put a circle there, maybe a sphere, okay? All right. So I'm going to just switch back to Z, enter, previous, enter, and I'm going to shade mode. To complete the design, enter, and wireframe. So we need to go to the two-dimensional wireframe option. Okay, these are all good. So why don't we draw a circle first and then make some extrusions over here, okay? So I can go with the circle command, but I want to change this to back to two-dimensional options, all right? And select the circle and pick the 0, 0 point. Okay. Let me make a circle slightly larger than the bottom. Oops, sorry about that. Make the circle a little bit. I'm going to turn off object snap. Why is it happening? I did sorry about that because I should know better. Okay, click. Very good. Now we're going to do some extrusion. Okay, downwards. How much? Very little, 0.1 or so. So command is extrude. We're going to use the extrude command. Sometimes you can type it, and that's the nice thing about AutoCAD. You can type, and how about minus 0.5, minus 0.1? Okay. And yeah, well, pedestal, not necessarily panel, but pedestal. So let's make another copy of this. Okay? So circle again, and let's draw a second circle from starting from 0, 0. This we need for object snap for this. Okay, click and make it slightly larger than previous one. Okay, and I'm going to move this down. Click, enter, from where it is below. Okay, so we're talking about at 0, 0, minus 0.1. Okay, only we're moving to below point. Now we're going to extrude also this one. So I'm going to change my workspace to 3D modeling workspace and select the extrude option and select this. Enter. And we're going down minus 0.1. Enter. Okay. All right, so this is good. But those corners are very sharp. So maybe we want to change that. I don't like sharp corners. Nobody in the world of engineering and architecture. So what we can do is we can use fillet command. Okay. And let's go with the fillet command. Select and choose the corner. Okay. And now radius. How about 0.0, say 7, something like that, and enter fillet command here as well. Okay, enter. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Save your work, okay, shade mode. Let's take a look at the enter. And let's go with this conceptual option. Okay, I think it looks better now. We can put a circle, or we can put some kind of a sphere inside. And I think this certainly looks very good. All right. Then intersection point at the top. It is possible to cut that intersection. We can cut it flat if necessary, or we can just add another circle or another object, or sharp tip, anything you can think of. Okay, and All right, so that's today's activity and project. If you want to put something, three-dimensional entity inside, you're certainly welcome to do that. I want you to be creative about this one. The most important part of the activity is to get this much done. And thank you very much for your time. And this is new assignment. Give it a try and see how it goes. Thank you.